Hello there, this is Iser, and I want to have a little C block base tour today. So I am currently in the middle of a C block 100x multiplier run. I have launched several rockets. However, still got a lot of text to go and very, very expensive text like 20 million sciences. So still got a while to go in the game. However, I have started hitting the UPS limit. You can see that I'm sitting at 50. So I want to start clearing out my old builds and start taking them apart, especially my beam power build, which I will show, and start replacing them with the solar cells mod that I have over here. I am gonna post this on Reddit, and I'm gonna share it in the C Block Discord server. But mostly, this is just for my own nostalgia purposes. I have spent a lot of time on this base, and I want to have some kind of recording so I can take a look at it and just take a look at how insane and ridiculous all this was. So, just starting off with so I'll keep it within about 10 to 15 minutes. I really do want to keep it short. I don't want to drag it on. So I'm just gonna jump into it. So what's over here? This is the rocket launch, and this is my spawn and my dump where I dump everything, and that my logistics trash slots dump into here. So that's the middle portion, and let's just go into the layout. I wanted to specifically get away from a city block and do something other than city block, and also try to spaghetti wherever possible. So what I've done here is I have this single vertical rail, the main road, main track, going all the way down to the left of the base. So it's going and going and going and going. It was 4 lanes, and I realized I don't need four. So towards the end, I switched over to two. So um, this portion here that's sticking out in the middle, I wish I didn't. I sliced it in half and kept it within the width, but um, it was easier to make this a single block. I gotta zoom it's really far. I will go over this block later in the video. So meanwhile, so that's the whole vertical portion. And above this line over here, this is like the starter base portion. And this is my starter horror show. This is where I get my mineral sludge. Yes, I'm belting slag over here. Um, Belting slag, and yeah, everything gets warehoused down here of the chunks and the ores, the crushed ores, and at the end they get combined into ores and they get put onto the this gigantic bus I have over here. I can like turn it on here real quick. Wow, red belts is so slow. um it's probably not going to run for a while. I don't think this portion isn't really working. I shut everything down. So all the ores just get dumped out, including over here, like the geodes and all byproducts. Oh, look at the fluorite. I had all of that filled up, all those warehouses. So they get put onto the main bus. They go all the way down, 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 and then over here, they start getting sorted out. So I got all these filter mini loaders. I was a much heavier user of filter loaders. I started cutting them down for UPS purposes, but yeah, I do use mini loaders a lot. So they all get filtered out and they travel down and snake down to wherever they need to go. Things are not really organized over here because I didn't really know what I was doing. So I just snaked across the belts wherever I can. You can just see belts crisscrossing everywhere. I don't even know where things go. I would have to follow it from the beginning and just trace it down. Um, so this portion over here, geodes, they get crushed, stones, and I got the brick production over here. I don't even know if this is working. Like I said, this is the startup portion. I've shut everything down, and most of these materials are being produced elsewhere now. So, so the ores go through the smelting process, becomes a plate, and towards the end, they get loaded into this train station, my starter train station. So one thing I should note, I applied a 100x multiplier after I was already done with red and green. So blue is when I started using them. And when I applied it is when I had the station finished. I had all of my basic materials ready to go, and I was in a good spot to get into 100x. It still took me a while to jump from green to blue with 100x, but having this station set ready to go was a big help. Um, this empty portion over here used to be my power. I ripped it apart. I wish I didn't because it was a horrible, horrible mess. But this powered my base for a while. This is my oil setup, blue algae. Lots of blue algae being belted. Yes, they're all being belted over here. And they go through the refinement process, gets dumped into the jack tanks, and starts. I got the circuits over here. I honestly can't even really explain what they do anymore. This is just some garbage setup, but somehow it worked. So it works. So it just flares out whatever extra material and just gathers. So make sure all the tanks are full at all times. Obviously not working anymore. And somehow this bio rubber that I've set up is somehow still working. I set this at the beginning of the game, and it is still going, outputting 6 per second. So, and this has been a workhorse. 1.7 million? 70 million? No, 1.7 million rubber. Yeah, this is 1 million rubber. So, yeah, this section has done me quite a, done a great work for me. So that was the early startup portion. And, oh, and this is my early circuits. Just get up to the red circuits here, and then they get, put onto the trains. Meanwhile, let's go into my power setup. Yes, this entire right side, this entire column, that's all power. So this is a little bit like a style that I use. This one block over one section over here, this entire line, this one line is tileable line. So this is what I design, and I start copy pasting it all the way down, And I like to there's a lot here, and I like to say I do use nanobots. Without nanobots and far reads, there's no way I could have laid this down by hand. I do use quality of life mods heavily. I would say some are cheatier than the others. Like some are common, and at the end, at the end, I would go through my mod list and I would tell you specifically which ones are very cheaty, and I do admit it. But yeah, without nanobots, this would have been hard. But yeah, this is my beam power. This is all a single floating network, and with the pipe visualizer, when I hover my mouse over it, it just starts the game. So, yep, this entire section produces. Let's find out how much it produces. Oh wow, I'm still going down, down, and select this. And this is 35 gigawatts. So my 35 gigawatt beam power. And I believe down here, this is my nuclear power. I believe, yeah, that's 50 gigawatts. Significantly smaller. Still a little UPS heavy, but still a lot smaller footprint than beam power. I've gone with the 2XN design. It just keeps going and going and going. And again, tileable. I like to just create one vertical or horizontal slice and just tile it down the line. I find that's like the easiest way I can organize stuff. All right, this is my I want to show you my good build first. This is my decent charcoal build. So again, one single line, just I copy paste it down, and it produces wood bricks, charcoal, and loads it up into the train station. Now let me show you what my initial charcoal and wood build was. Yep, all algae farms. This was this powered my base through like all the way through like purple science of 100x. So using green algae and brown algae. And brown algae gets composted, and green algae gets becomes charcoal and some carbon. And down here is my wood farm. Yes, all this is for wood. It's all the soil. Yep. Lots of wood. This got me all the way through yellow. So All right, so that's my crazy wood setup. Maybe I should have started off with this. This is my mall. Um, when I was building this crazy power line, realized there's no way I can handcraft or test craft all of that, and finally decided to put up a mall, and the ingredients actually turned out to be pretty easy to organize. And so I laid out every assembler and every recipe and tried to find a pattern, and quickly realized, oh, they do fall into a pattern. So I built everything in one shot, and every time a the new building unlocks, I just come over here, set the assembler, walk away, and then 10 minutes later, I have all the buildings for the tech tier ready to go. So this is my buildings mall, and this is my belts, inserters, and other items. The buildings will follow the pattern pretty well. The items, not so well. So, but they are definitely doable. For this one, I have some of these assemblers are drawing from above and drawing from below. So it's getting a two set of belts. So all right, so that's it for the mall. I feel like I takes so long to go over this. I don't want to make this too long, and I'm not even gonna edit this. I'm just gonna upload it as is. So let me try to go faster. Oh God, this is my software line. This is a horror show. Every time I build something, it's a new build. I'm trying out something new. So this was a failure. This is an absolute failure of sulfuric acid line. So it gets a lot of sulfur that comes in from the base, and yeah, it has got me through all the way until now playing 100x. Yep, look at all these acids full. I am pushing out on average about 500 science per minute right now, and yeah. Speaking of 500 science per minute, let me go off on a tangent real quick and check out how many trains are being used. Out of 76 trains, I have 37 in the depot, which means that 39 trains are being moved around right now. So in transit, yeah, I'm running low on things. I need to build up with circuits. Titanium, I shouldn't be low on titanium. I'll check that out later. But yeah, 500 SPM, and all of these tracks, about 40 trains are serving this. 40 1-1 trains. And so these are all 1-1 here, running on nuclear fuel, nuclear 1-1 trains. All right, so keep on rambling. And that was the sulfur. And this is my module 0 setup. This is when I decided, oops, undo that. I don't even care what it looks like. I just want to get my modules as soon as possible. So I just lay things down. There's a lot of fish tanks, lots and lots of fish tanks, and so it got me my modules. And yeah, without modules, playing 100x, especially blue level, would have been extremely difficult. My crystals. So a great thing about not playing a city block is that I can just, like, you know what? I don't want to bring my crystal catalyst from here to over here by belt. Like, I have to bring five belts. So 5 lanes. I don't want to cross it all the way over. So I decided to just put some train tracks down. So by not doing city blocks, I can just put tracks down wherever. Oh, this one, I'm like, oh, I need a station over here. So I just snaked it over here and snaked it back. I actually do that a lot. Like this entire section over here, this is a massive, massive set of spaghetti where I just mess around with the rails and try to make something fit somewhere just for the heck of it. So, whee, look at the trains go. Alrighty, let me speed it up. All right, and this is my 360 SPM red, green, and blue ore section. It starts from water, comes all the way down, direct insertion from electrodes to the liquefier, and from the liquefier goes all the way down to the filtration unit, and oh god, oh, purified water. Just I hate hydro plants and how large they are. And another thing is that I want to reduce the amount of sulfuric acid trains that have to stop by here. So all this sulfuric wastewater gets processed in line and goes back out and fed back into here. And so sulfuric waste is handled inside. Then crystallization, and the ingots come out here. Then there's a sub network. This is separate from LTN. This is a sub ingot network, and all the ingots get loaded up here. Usually the copper ingots, iron ingot, tin, silver, zinc, silicon, aluminum. Keep going and going and going. And down here is when I finally smelt them. So I got iron sheets over here. I got tin sheets, coil, aluminum, silver, bronze, brass, and yep, and I have a coolant setup between every 10 smelting lines, and they all get dropped into this ginormous belt. I hate just massive belts like that, but they get dropped onto this massive belt here and gets loaded onto my trains. So this is my train station that got me through 100x until now, until rocket launch. It's I mean it's still serving me. There's some places where it's running low. Um, no, I think I was running low on silver, so I just ramped up silver production. So I think I'm good here. I gotta ramp up my circuits now. So, and this is my science section. Red science, green science, blue. And try to make them as compact as possible. Yep. So this is my green build, red build, blue build, and they go on to they get screwed into warehouses. I have some buffer. Right now, I'm buffering about 300,000. That's why, like, I have some more than the others, because of like item shortages. So I'm just waiting it out. Space casing should be done pretty soon. Yeah, I'm mostly done with non-space techs. I mean, they're all quality of life techs, really. This is my science line. It's going, and this does about 500 SPM. I tried to make this is my acid section over here. Makes all three acids except sulfuric acid, which was the top section earlier. So nitric, hydrofluoric, and hydrochloric. Everything gets made here, gets loaded onto the trains, and goes onto the network. This is a mini, not a city block, but I just wanted to make a grid and see how it would work out. I hate it. Not gonna do it again. So, some science, pink science, over here. This is my bot factory. A lot of fluorite. I have so much fluorite over here. It's a lot. Some recycling, and this is my red circuits. Again, running low right now. I need to ramp up my red circuit production. Blue circuits. Yep, running low on red. This is purple science. Just kind of everything crammed in here. Pink science. Much simpler, smaller build. Lots of algae being produced to make one of the boards. I forget which one. And this is my green circuit, little straight line. Brown circuits inlined. Yep, got a lot of green circuits copy pasted. This one right here, this is my solar cells. How many do I have? 9. I have 9 solar circuits. So that will give me 2 gigawatts, about 1.8 gigawatts. So solar cells is a mod that I use to generate 200 meg. When I launch this thing into space, it will give me an item that generates 200 megawatts. So it's like solar panel, and it's used for UPS improvement late game when you're playing a mega base game. It's like I'm already sitting at like 50 and like 40s when I zoom out. Let me focus on the ores real quick. So that's the ores. Oh yeah, I mean the science block sciences, some of the circuit production and random items. And down here is another set of ores, probably platinum. Yep, so platinum, gold, cobalt. I didn't really care about this section. I just went and copy pasted it and built whatever I need to build. This is my sulfur line. Finally ran out of sulfur, so lime gets produced up here. So this, again, this is one single line over here. What I've selected over here, that's one single line, and then I just copy paste it. And copy paste it again and again and again. And, oh, didn't want to... I wonder if anyone's gonna actually watch all of this. I really want it to be short, but there's, I guess I'm gonna go through the entire base. So lime filters, 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 and all the way down, and the acid gas and sulfuric wastewater gets processed and becomes sulfur and gets loaded onto LTN. And some hydrofluoric acid is siphoned off. And this is my plastic line, where this was significantly challenging. Like the entire line fits within 7 tiles. Like I actually switched around and worked on a lot, worked on a lot until I was able to put within 7. But which means that every single building is getting hit by the like maximum number of beacons when you put them as a row. And so I'm not gonna do something crazy like put everything like, surround one building and one like, all the beacons around one single building. Not gonna do that. I'm just gonna keep it as a line. Um, so about beacons, nobody likes doing this. Like nobody likes beacon spamming. I mean, this one was more creative, but in general, it's just it's not fun to spam beacons around buildings. Space exploration style beacons, which allows you to put buildings around one beacon instead of beacons around one building. I think that's a better way to play the game. I think a lot of people agree with that one. So hopefully that will be a change that can come out in the future. Honestly, I'm hoping the expansion would be a good time to make that switch. Make that time to make some breaking changes. I understand like changing beacons is a big change and it would change a lot of the builds, but maybe the expansion would be a good spot to introduce a breaking change like that. And it really needs it because this beacon spam is getting old. Um, Meanwhile, but however, with all those beacons, you definitely do have some extra interesting challenges, and most importantly, throughput. There's a lot of throughput issues that you'll have to go through. So plastic one here, this is producing about 1150, I believe, with each line producing about 225, maybe. I forget. And I'm good on plastic for a while, so got lots and lots of plastic going on. All right, so that was some of the metals, plastic, and this is my god awful horror show of a module section. It works. It works. So again, it's a line. So this is a line of blue, line of pride, and line of not productivity. Why I can't efficiency modules. I just legitimately just lost the words. Realizing that when I ramble on and talk, it's hard. It's not easy. I'm not really like a caster or anything. This is just legitimately just me rambling right now. So my horror show of a module section that works, gets the job done. Lots of fish tanks, beaconed, and the crystals come out, and some of them I siphon them off, and I'm just voiding them. I mean, you just use way more blue crystals than others. So green and red ones, I'm voiding it. No, I see how many I've still stored. I need to like burn through these. Anyway, these modules are constructed here, and need lots and lots of modules. And I was looking at my production. Um, Modules, module threes. Yeah, I've made about 38,000 module threes right now. Level speed threes, and they're very expensive. It's still at my stage of the game. It's pretty expensive. Let me just run down there. I gotta dodge the trains. I actually get a thrill out of dodging the trains. Whoop, there's a train. Ah! Alrighty. It's okay. It's okay. I'll show you one of the cheaty things I do. Hope my screen wasn't too loud. Alright. Alright, I've respawned. And when I say I play really cheaty, I'll show you where my... Should I put? There it is. Alrighty. I have far reach. And where was it? I think it was about here. Where's my body? No, I passed this station. It was around here. But there it is. Boom, right there. And let me go and grab my body. So that's how I moved around. Once I had unlocked teleporters, it was like game over. I'm jumping around all over. Um, Alrighty. So that's how I play my little dodge. This is my blueprint. These are my stations. I legitimately have it like bookmarked over here, and I go over here and I copy paste it in. All these stations are hand drawn. Like everything here. Like I mean, it's obviously hand drawn right there. Um, yep, just hand drawn. I'm like, I need a station over there. I'll just hand draw something in. They all look different. They don't fit, but that's how I like to play the game. That I enjoy it. Like look over here. I put a station there. I'm like, you know what? I need something more. I'm just gonna build one above it. I'm like, I'll put a turnaround here because why not? Why not live a little? Um, Now, what section is that? Oh yeah, titanium and gold. We went through that before. Module section. Some of the beacons getting made. These are some other. Oh, this is my like tungsten, chrome, platinum. Yeah, yeah, this one like I am starting to beacon spam a little bit. I was still using beacon 2 at the time. So a lot of tungsten comes out here. Tungsten goes in. Oh, by the way, this is for chrome. I know this is it's a all belty mess over here. I'll clean it up later. I used to have something else in this spot. That's why I just belted it right through. After it was removed, and a lot of manganese. I need to take care of it. Yeah. So all of this right here, I built it in like 3 hours, like 3.5 hours, because I got upset one time. I built out direct tungsten direct sorting, and I realized I didn't even unlock the tech, and I need to build out mixed direct sorting. And then after I built it, then I realized, damn it, I need black circuits for it, and I needed to build a chrome. And so that's I got really annoyed and decided to just build this out as fast as I can. And this second took me about 3.5 hours. A lot of it was copy paste. It can be templated pretty easily. So this is my god awful spaghetti. I don't even care. I just want something as fast as possible. Platinum chrome section. I got some nitinol, titanium going. The nuclear section that I went over earlier. Now. This is my uranium section. That's the thing about Seablock. It's so cheap. Nuclear fuel is so cheap. Rocket fuel is so cheap, and like deuterium, like I mean, like it's just water. It's literally just water. I put mud water into it, and I get deuterium fuel cell out of it. Are you kidding me? It requires nothing else. It's just water and mud water, and on the other side comes that deuterium. Like power is very, very cheap. UPS is what's expensive. So at this point, because I have so much power, like rocket fuel too. What's rocket fuel? Just some catalyst ores, some acid, and water. Lots of water. Water and water and water. Yeah, this is my rocket fuel section. This is a complicated build. Rocket fuel is legitimately one of the more challenging builds in the game. Yep, rocket fuel goes. I can just keep, later on, all I have to do is just take this and just copy paste it down. Boom, keep going, wherever I can fit it into, and I'll have more rocket fuel. Right now I have more rocket fuel than I'll ever need. Not ever need, what I need for now, I mean. And they get combined with the centrifuge here to become nuclear fuel, and all my furnaces are going to be powered by nuclear fuel in the future. All right, go past the uranium section. These are the sections that I just recently started putting up. So these are the new sections with the beacon 3s. Making lots of glass here. Lots of glass. 4 green belts of glass. It's getting loaded over there. And lots of aluminum. Lots of aluminum coming in. And one of the things I do is, so inline sulfuric wastewater gets processed into sulfur. So sulfur comes all the way across. You can see sulfur gets brought. The sulfur line is legitimately going all the way across right now. The sulfur line comes all the way out, and from out here uses the oxygen from the electrolyzers to become sulfuric acid, and sulfuric acid gets put back onto the belt line over here. I am pushing through 3,000 sulfuric acid per second. I don't want to I mean, think about how much sulfuric acid I have to feed down here. So you can see on the right sidebar, it will tell you, yeah, 3,000 out of 1,200, 12,000. So I'm pushing 3,000 over here. 3,000 here and about 1,000 over here. So about 4,000 sulfuric acid getting pushed down. That's why I'm completely belt spamming. So supposedly, 1,000 pipes are supposed to be better than a 3,000 per second pipe. Um, but it's out of convenience here. I decided to just build spam it. And yep, that's the aluminum line, and that's the autosave. Yep, aluminum goes in here. In this section, there's just a crystal catalyst. This is the way to put maximum amount of mud water into a washing plant. And do I have the water build anyway? Yep, and this is another way to put a lot of water into a salination plant. So this build right here. All right. And yep, that was the glass line. I think that's it. I think we just legitimately got to the all the way bottom. So, yep. So that is my base. It's a vertical line. It's a mess, but it works. It is pushing out 500 SPM um, right now. How long has this been? Let me tab out. Wow, it's been half an hour. Like if you have actually watched this much, like kudos to you. Like meanwhile, let me just go over my mod list real quick. Yeah, so I use so a lot of the mods I use, they're from the multiplayer group that I used to play with, and bulk rail loader is one of them. I use a belt counter that tells you the throughput of the belt, um, and so the cheatiest mod that I use is by far Pump Anywhere. I do use Pump Anywhere, which allows me to put a pump wherever I want. Um, what I do is I leave space around it, and I fill it up with water afterwards. But I copy paste so much that it was such a hassle, and I was losing my mind. So I understand like this is a cheaty one, and I take the hit for it. But I do want to just place a pump down, and I fill it with water, and I do make sure that there's enough space around it, so that when you look at it, or when you take a screenshot and take a look at it, that you won't know that it was placed by Pump Anywhere. So also use nanobots. Nanobots are extremely powerful. They're super useful until mid game, and obviously using teleporters. Also using the personal teleporters, which lets you teleport anywhere in the base, wherever you have to set up a beacon at. But that's unlocked super late in the game. That is very very late. So it's not as cheaty as this teleporter one. Because this teleporter combined with far reach, I can just place it wherever, and I can just jump to that spot. Um, and what are some other mods I use? Some heavily changing ones. No, I think that's really the biggest game changing one I use. It's the Pump Anywhere mod. So, oh, time tools too. In the beginning, I played at 4x. So, but again, but at the same time, until I got to apply the 100x multiplier, I wasn't taking this game seriously. Alrighty then, I meant this to be about like 10 to 15 minutes, but it has gotten over half an hour, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you have stayed all this until the end, so have a good one.